This is the Graybeard Gaming Podcast, a gaming podcast from gaming enthusiasts. Join us as we talk about the games we love to play and the gaming industry and how it affects us as consumers. I am Scott. This is David. This is Liam. Let's go. All right. Hey, everybody. Okay, so this week, David is got an appointment that is running late, so he may be able to jump in with us. But until then, before we get into everything else, we're going to be talking about ancient VR technology, Borderlands 4. I played the Battlefield VR, and, you know, if you guys have any questions about that, I'll be happy to answer them. And then before we get into what we've been playing, since David is not here, we're going to just talk about Borderlands 4, because both Liam and I have played it. I am level 5. Liam is like level 428. So we haven't played it together because I actually got it last night. Wait, what's today? I got it. I got it yesterday morning. So I haven't had a lot of time to play with it. But let's start with you, Liam. First, let's talk about the game itself. So what are you playing it on, and are you having fun with it?
I'm playing it on my Xbox Series X, and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Not many issues on Xbox for me. I know some people had issues. Sometimes the FPS can drop, and it happens like a level up. You know that they have like a little level up animation, and you know,
a little ding. Yeah, it comes up
ding,
and yeah.
Sometimes it can like just drop a frame or two there. I noticed, and sometimes when coming out of a cutscene or coming into a cutscene. Apart from that, I haven't had any issues at all. I do notice that, like with the performance mode, obviously with low the graphics quality, so like things load in a lot slower than
sluggish.
They would do.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I've had a lot of fun with it. I love the humor of this one more than the 3 that I played before. I didn't play 3 much, but
oh god,
it
was
going. No.
It should have been called Cringe 3. It was so bad.
I'm liking this one. It kind of reminds me of like Borderlands meets Far Cry meets a bit of Mass Effect. Just there's a lot of different games. Clearly, it looks that's like a mix of it. I think it's Far Cry because it's practically Far Cry. The way the map is set out and everything.
Yeah, it's open world this time, right? It's actually like you have different, like you can go out and do different things. It's not just pushing you along into like a single player narrative.
But like in terms of the campaign, I think I'm pretty much like 2/3 way in. It's basically like take care of this boss in this territory, and then that boss in that territory, and this boss in that territory, and eventually you'll get to like the
end. Like Assassin's Creed, yeah.
Yeah, so that does remind me of like Ubisoft sort of formula, which is fine. But
yeah, if that's done well, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, makes sense in this context as well.
Well,
I did Claptrap at first as well.
Yeah, he's kind of hit or miss. Well, let me go back to the performance a little bit and ask you. So you're on Xbox. A lot of people have been complaining that there's no FOV slider.
No, there's no FOV slider. There's
right. And
what else was it?
It's making some people, motion sickness, nauseous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there's not a lot of settings in terms of like the graphics and for Xbox, so that should be a thing, I think. Especially most games do.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get more into this, but I thought it was funny that Randy Pitchford chimed in and said that I often think that having an FOV slider is kind of like cheating. I'm like, it's a single player co-op game, dipshit.
Yeah, it's a PvE game.
Yeah.
What are you on about?
Anyway, well, the one thing I wanted to add though is that you're playing on a monitor, right? Or are you playing on a TV?
TV.
Okay, so sometimes I find that is the deciding factor between like your FOV. If it's a console game, your FOV is going to be smaller because the distance between you and the TV is going to be greater. If you're on a PC game, the monitor's right in front of you, so the FOV you want more, so that where you pivot, where you move is going to be like right in front of you instead of across the room. So it makes perfect sense. When they had to do this when they put Halo, the original Halo CE on PC. I remember reading an article about how they had to change the FOV a little bit because of that distance. Let's see, who did the conversion for Halo CE to PC? I think it was Gearbox. Moving on. So you've had some frame drops, but any crashes, anything else?
No, not much else. Like,
Okay.
it's been fine apart from that. Just a couple of frame drops here and there.
Yeah. Wow, that's good. Far better than on the PC side.
I did have some enemies bug out on me.
Like disappear, or they T-pose or something like that.
So some enemies just got like stuck in the wall. like the door's here.
Yeah.
And the enemy's like you're behind the wall, and he's clipping in and out like that. And he's just
AAA
stuck.
gaming.
And
yep. $70 game.
Now, some of those glitches I find funny, and it's not like it breaks the game for you, because I was stuck on this stupid boss for a while because you do have to sort of level up your character a bit with side missions and
Right.
alongside the campaign. Otherwise, you're a bit underleveled. So
Yeah.
I'm slightly underleveled for the campaign. This boss was really annoying me. Could take out its health easy enough, but every time it attacked me, I'll just die. Okay. So I didn't have enough time to recover. And so I tried again. I was like, right, I know what I'm going to do this time. I've got all this strategy. And the boss got stuck in place.
Oh, so you got to cheese it. Yeah.
I just cheesed the whole thing. It just got
man.
stuck.
That is what we like to call a Bethesda bug.
So yeah, there's a few bugs, but that was a nice bug. I like that bug. Like, can I have every boss do that?
I know, right? Like falls off a cliff. Did he just die? Yes.
Yeah.
Cha-ching, you get the
I
weapon.
I also did fall off the map a few times because you can just fall off the map.
Yeah. Now, are you doing any like the side missions? Now, I'm very, very early into the game. I started one character, and I'm like, and I went back and started with a different character. So there's a board that you can go to that has like contracts on them, and you can go and do different things with that. So have you done any of those? Is that part of the open world? Alongside your main mission, can you like go do this side stuff at the same time, or is it you select it and then you're thrown into that situation, or is it just like, hey, we're going to put this on your map, and whenever you decide to, you can go over there and do that?
It's pretty much like that. You can do what you like.
That's nice.
You don't have to do the You don't have to do the campaign straight away.
Yeah.
You can do all the side stuff if you want.
Yeah.
Some of it's still level based.
Yeah.
So you'll find out like what areas good to go to. What
Oh,
areas
right.
not good to go to.
That makes sense.
But yeah, like a lot of there's a campaign, and you can just do some side stuff on the way. I did a few side missions. Some of the side missions you actually want to wait until you're max level, because there's a few like nice reward ones. So there's a particular mission called Vend of the Line, and you have to like get this vending machine. I think it's an evil vending machine that you got to find. But its reward is practically a free legendary gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't want to do that like level 10. You want to do that where you're max level, get a good weapon.
Right.
So some missions you can like, oh, I'm gonna wait, level up first.
Yeah, I like that.
You can do anything in any order.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. And I like the fact that they've, even though the whole premise is like RNG guns, like it rolls like you kill an enemy and it rolls this like super crazy gun, but they have like set pieces, rewards in the game that you can go find or go conquer something and get that particular weapon. And that I really like, because it kind of gives you something to, go for. Like if you play with somebody and it's like, damn, that gun's awesome. It's like, yeah, you can get this gun if you go to here and here and get it. You get that specific one. So far, I haven't really gotten anything. I mean, like I said, I got to level 5. So, and I played Amon, the big dude. And I didn't like the fact that I was a lot bigger than everybody. Like, my point of view was like, twice as tall. And I felt kind of slow and just a little sluggish. And so I restarted with Rafa, I think, the guy with the blades on his arms. Yeah, so I'm liking that a lot better. I don't think I'm any faster. It just feels like you are because you're lower to the ground.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna play that character, and it looks like when you hit level 30, you can play another character. You can bring in another character, and then you get like 30 skill points, and you can just build your character from level 30 and start, like play, I guess, the end game or whatever with a different build, which is also really cool. So you don't have to start the whole game over to play a different character.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was hitting level 30 or like completing the campaign. I'll have to look.
I've heard it's level 30, but now that you say that, it kind of makes more sense that you finished the campaign. Maybe that's just when somebody finished the campaign at level 30 that allowed you to do that.
That's usually like around a level you probably finish it.
Yeah.
So that might be it.
But yeah, on the PC side, a lot of people have been complaining about stuttering, crashes, and just generally low frame rate. And the big complaint is that this game doesn't look really that much different from Borderlands 3. So
I will ask, what's the size on PC that you got?
Like the install size?
Yeah.
Let me look. Let's see.
That'll be interesting to see.
Install files. 67.4 gig.
Ooh.
Yeah.
60.
What is it for
PC's big. on Xbox, I was completely shocked. I was like, really?
What is it?
30 gigabytes.
See, that means the fidelity of it is probably not any more than Borderlands 3. Even though Borderlands 3 was Unreal Engine 4. But I don't know. Why not just use Unreal Engine 4? I don't... So my performance on my 4070 Super... I haven't had. I need to load a FPS counter because obviously the game doesn't have one with it. But I am using DLSS, no frame gen, and my settings are mostly high except for a couple of weird stuff. And I'm getting really good frame rate. I'm not having any trouble. But that is after the 2 gig patch. Apparently there was a magic patch that came out I think yesterday for PC. And they said it fixed a lot of stuff, performance and crashes and things like that. So my performance has been a little bit better. One other thing I do like about this is the pacing in the game seems to be a little bit better, and it may ramp up later, but you're not like thrown into an arena and the door closes and then 50 enemies come out. It feels more natural to like go here and people are like, turn around and look at you like, hey, what are you doing here? And then attack you. And
I do like when you actually are out in the world as well, because I think a lot of it is campaign. I like the fact that it's basically throw over the dictator on this planet, so you can go to these different places and you unlock these areas. You can get like safe houses and different places. You can fast travel to different points.
Right.
But once you go to like these different places, I was like, where are all these people coming from? And I realized they're friendly because they're fighting the enemies because these are the people on the planet. I was like, oh, cool. I've got a squad with me. Let's go. So that's always fun to have.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched when I made the first character, I didn't have a lot of time. So I like, the story, the build up and everything was like skip. And I got to the gameplay. I wanted to see, what it was like. But then when I created the second character, I paced myself, listened to the story. The bad guy, I like it's a perfect answer to the brother and sister from Borderlands 3. Like this dude's just like, he's just evil. He's just like, yep, I control everything. get used to it, kind of guy. He's not handsome Jack. He's not, snarky and quick-witted and sarcastic. I'm glad they didn't take that route again. The humor in this has been scaled down to be minor and not the showcase, which I think was really smart. And,
that's really good.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I didn't hear anything like Claptrap comes in and he does his whole thing, and it's it's amusing, not annoying yet. But I did have an enemy like bust this door open and come running at me, and I shot her, and as she like falls to the ground, she says, I should have stretched more. Like, I can relate. That made me laugh. But they've scaled that down. The gunplay feels good. I did have to tweak some settings though, because right out of the gate, it's overly sensitive, and there's no aim down sight difference between hip shooting and aim down sight. So I move that down a little bit. So when you're aiming down sight, I slow it down a little bit. I thought that's default. Maybe I'm the only one that does that. I don't know, but I tweaked that a little bit, and it feels really good. And also, in Borderlands 3, like 5 minutes into that, once you get through the cutscene and you get in like this first area and you shoot, I guess the first boss, there's like 2 or 3 chests in there, and they open, if I'm remembering this correctly, and it's just like a fountain of guns, like just a fountain, just and you're like walking around, and you can't possibly carry all of them, so you're having to spend, or at least I did, spend a good 10 minutes going through each one and going, which one is the best gun? I got, here's some purples, and here's some golds, and here's, and you're kind of, and it's just like, it's like 52 card pickup. Do you know what that is? Yeah. It's like somebody goes, there you go, pick up all the cards. It felt insulting to me, kind of, and I didn't really play much after that, especially when it started having cutscenes with the brother and sister, the TikTok brother and sister, which I call the social media blunders. But this game is it gives you selected stuff. You don't get a new gun every 5 seconds. But what I've been getting so far is a little bit better than what I had, and so on and so forth. So I'm liking the pacing. Nobody's really complaining about the game itself. Like, everybody seems to be pretty happy with
the game itself.
Like playing it.
The game itself is good.
Yeah.
So it's just full of optimization problems. But like the game itself, people are having fun with, because even like on Steam, I think it had like 300,000 people playing at once.
Yeah.
So like everyone is playing it. It's just PC's just having a hard time sometimes.
Well, yeah, and I mean, maybe I'm just lucky. I don't know, but I'm so far I'm not having a lot of issues. But the one thing about PC is it is scalable. You can turn some stuff off, but also at the same time, you can really tell when a game is not optimized at all. And if this game looked amazing, sometimes your brain just goes, dude, 60 frames is okay, man. Look at it. It's beautiful, right? Yeah. This doesn't look gorgeous. It looks fine. It looks okay. But it looks like Borderlands 2. It looks like Borderlands 3. Why the hell am I not getting 300 frames per second? It looks like it seriously.
Because it's Unreal Engine 5.
It's Unreal Engine 5, right? So I don't know. Is there anything else you want to say before we get into the Pitchfords? Is what I like to call the rant from Rainy Pitchfords.
I will say I just like the characters as well. My character is Vex. The
siren,
the lady siren.
Yeah.
And I'm not one for liking a character's design, or like gushing over her female looks. But I think she looks so cool in this game. I customized the style, and she looks so cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I love this character right now.
Yeah, I noticed that the customization, you can do the head, you can do the chest, you can, and there's, you get different patterns things and stuff. Yeah, far cry from just like a color or a pattern.
Yeah, there's a lot of deep customization in the game once you sort of unlock more and more.
There should be. It's a co-op game.
Yeah. So while you don't like make your own character, the characters can have vastly different looks to them.
Right. You want your friends to come into the game and go, "Whoa, look at what the hell!" So,
like I got a style that I think I'm just gonna keep for the rest of like the game with my character, because she has this style like it's all like purple and black, and then her eyes are purple, like just glowing purple. It's like, I
Oh, that's
like that.
cool.
I'm just gonna keep that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I almost
can
played that
also
character.
customize your. You can also customize like your robot and your vehicle. You
Mm-hmm.
get different vehicles as well.
Yeah.
If you haven't got your vehicle yet, get it because you need it.
Oh yeah. I just got the gliding ability thing where you can
Oh yeah.
kind of like jump and glide. That's pretty cool. And one thing I did like the fact that you start off with like a double jump.
Yeah.
And it's not like an ability, but there's no fall damage. And I'm looking for something that scratches that Destiny 2 itch. And so far, this is getting very close. So
Yeah.
I hope that it continues to impress me as far as the game
I
itself.
think the only difference when it comes to like Destiny is you don't get that raid feeling. Obviously, it's just a 4-player co-op game.
Right.
You're not going to have
Right.
major stuff to do. But yeah, just going in, killing people, and get a few bosses, get guns. Yeah.
Well, that's what the DLC's for. Yeah, the $50 DLC that's is coming. Yeah, Borderlands 2 got seems like 6 or 7 DLCs.
Borderlands 3, I think, had like 2 season passes.
It just kept getting content, which is great. Hopefully they'll do that with this. And I mean, this is what I like to call a live service light, or at least in the past, they continue to update and they continue to make new content, but it's not a FOMO thing. It's not like a you do this seasonal mission
and battle stuff, and
right. It's not like you get with the season pass you get this dungeon and you get this mission, and if, at the end of the season if you hadn't done it, that goes away. Let's let Bungie do that and keep doing that. And
well, one thing also as well, last thing is I like the fact there's games offline.
Yeah, you can play it offline by yourself and on LAN,
play offline
right?
by yourself.
It looked like it had some LAN settings. LAN party.
So when I'm on my Xbox, I just boot my Xbox up. Oh, quick resume, and it just loads me in the game. It doesn't crash or anything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It doesn't crash my Xbox every time I try to connect to something.
Yeah, it doesn't connect me to a server, and it looks like I'll have to go back and look at it. Maybe I'm creating my own memory on that, but it looked like it had LAN settings.
The server is there, but you don't have to be on it, which is good. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah,
every time I like go back to my Xbox, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm here again, because it doesn't like quit the game at all.
Yeah.
We can just go back whenever.
Huh. That's cool.
I love that about quick resume on Xbox.
Now, of course, if you're playing with other people, though, it's gonna you're gonna have to get out of the server to come back to your game, and then it's I can already tell that this is geared toward playing co-op. You need bring friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's just made for that, especially the amount of stuff you run into and the loot that you get. Going up to level 5, I could tell it just starts ramping up a little bit more and more. And I don't know when you can play co-op, like what level. I'm sure you probably have to go through like the tutorial first.
maybe a little bit of tutorial.
Yeah.
Once you're in the world, you can just go co-op. It's fine.
Cool. Sweet. All right. Yeah, I'm excited about it. The little bit I played so far, I like this new character better. If anything, the melee. Like the big dude, Amon will just punch things and they're just turned into goo, which is kind of cool. But having that height difference and then looking down on everybody, it almost feels like you're in like a mech or something. So it's like it's probably in my head, but I just feel like I'm slow, like I'm but with this regular character and being like eye level with all the other NPCs, I feel like I'm just trucking across the map. So it's probably all in my head, but so far it's working for me. So I'm gonna keep that character. So all right, well let's read some tweets from Randy Pitchford, the antagonist for Borderlands 5. Apparently, let's see. all the people that are on X talking about the performance of this game. One of the things he said is every PC gamer must accept the reality of the relationship between their hardware and what the software they are running is doing. Wow, that is so profound. That is so profound. Like, that is just, that's amazing, Randy. Accept the reality of the relationship. Like, who comes up with this shit? But he doesn't stop there. He doesn't stop there. He goes on. We have made an amazing and fun, huge looter shooter campaign game. The game is pretty damn optimal. No, it's not. Which means that the software is doing what we want without wasteful cycles on bad processes. Well, everyone would disagree with you. With Borderlands 4, every PC game has a lot of tools to balance their performance between FPS, resolution, and rendering features. See, he's given excuses. These are just excuses.
Yeah.
If you aren't happy with the balance between these things you are experiencing, please tune to your preferences using the tools available to you. Now, he's obviously talking about DLSS and frame generation. We appreciate the incredibly high degree of passion and excitement there is for the game. We have been developing for over 6 years. We know strong feelings lead to strong opinions. We hear you and see you. He should have just stopped there, but he kept going. For a campaign shooter looter, it is absolutely reasonable for developers to focus on default settings, achieving 30 FPS on minimum specification and 60 on recommended. I don't agree with that, but some of you would prefer more FPS or more features or higher resolutions. We have provided many tools to help you make the trade-offs. It is a mistake to believe or accept the PCs between minimum specifications and recommended specifications can achieve all of the extremely high frame rate, maximum ultra settings, and extremely high resolutions. Okay, let me stop right there. Is that nobody is saying that they're like their
minimum PC
their 1080
is not running 300.
Yeah, nobody's bitching about their 2060 not running 4K. With ultra settings. That's not what anybody's saying. They're saying that on minimal settings on reasonably new hardware, the game is running like shit. Let's see. And that last post makes you have a negative. If the last post makes you have a negative reaction, I bet you have emotions and expectations that you feel aren't sufficiently attended to. I'm sorry. I don't think he is. He goes on and on. I mean, this is he just keeps
ranting and ranting.
Yeah, he just use DLS. It's great. The game was built to take advantage of. This is not a competitive FPS, and I have been led to believe that in a blind test that humans cannot detect any input lag. And my own demonstrates that doesn't make sense. In my own demonstrates and experiments, I believe this is true. Well, you are fucking wrong, dude, because anybody can detect input lag. That's why there is a name for it. It is called the lagging of input. Jesus. Who the hubris of this jackass, I swear to God. Like, seriously. God, he just goes on and on and on. So at some point, and this was picked up by PC Gamer, he says chronic tweeting syndrome strikes again, and says for one thing, for once I agree with PC Gamer. They said less than 1% of players are filling tickets about performance. So clearly the internet's overblowing it.
As usual, but yeah.
But what he's talking about is that going to like the Take-Two app or website or whatever, and actually putting in a ticket for what the game is wrong.
Oh yeah.
Like saying this game is crashing at blah blah blah. If anybody's ever done that, I mean, I've done it. I know a lot of people have done it. What happens? You put the ticket in, and then you get a response like 3 weeks later after it's either been fixed or you got a refund and you said, fuck that game. And they're like, and then they give you some jackass answer that doesn't even help you at all. So anyway, if he was just to go over to Steam and just look at the reviews, he would have all the answers that he needs about what is going on and the specs that's being used. They have the analytics of what computers or this thing's being installed on. So he is just ridiculous in this. I think there's more to this. What he says something else. Customer reports say that being said, 1 million people have installed the game. A mere 10,000 of them have filed tickets. Okay, let's go over to Steam. Let's take a look at this. So if you go over to the Steam page, oops, yeah, I click on the right thing, dumb shit. There we go. Let's see, mixed reviews out of 19,762. Most of these are not recommended because of the
performance.
Yeah, because of the performance. Now, some of them are like, like multiplayer progression doesn't carry over correctly to single player. That's a legitimate complaint, and it's probably just it's probably a bug.
That's that. What do you mean multiplayer progression?
I guess it means if you're playing co-op in the single player campaign, and then you leave your party and go back to your game, you're in the place where you left your game, not where you left their game.
Yeah, that's by design.
That's how it works, right? I just answered my own question when I said that. Yeah. So,
that's what they do. There's like only the host of a multiplayer game has the progress.
Right.
You level up with other people.
Right, exactly. But you're going to be like, if you leveled up 3 or 4 times, you're going to be that level when you come back, right?
Yeah.
Like if you've gone from like level 6 to say level 12, when you come back, you're level 12, but you're in the same. So that'd be a good way to like, I can't beat this boss. Screw it. I'll go play with some people. Level up like 5 times and come back and kick his ass. That's by design. But it's just like anything that comes out on PC and Steam. You go to the reviews, and some of them are just stupid, but most of them are legitimate. They're legitimate complaints about the game's performance. And again, if this game was like the best looking game that has ever lived, the complaints would be different, but this game's not. It's cell shaded for fuck's sake. Yeah, it looks like Borderlands, and I don't know. So, Randy Pitchford is, and I tweeted, I put a tweet out. If you follow us on X, I don't know if I got a response from him. But I just said, Randy, just stop talking. You know nothing of the real world. Every time you post, you lose a potential Borderlands 4 purchase. Please stop. It's hard to watch. And I'm right. Just shut up. Nobody does this.
Yeah.
Nobody does this.
Take Two is like, oh my God, he's on the phone again.
Well, I mean, somebody's going to be calling him. I mean, if you're telling people, he's also telling people if you don't like the game, get a refund and go play something else. I just love these people that tell you they put out a product. It is obviously not ready to be released. It has not been optimized. And in that 2 gig patch proved it. Like, why did they just wait when that patch was not ready? I guess they were just putting it together at the very last minute. Proves that everything he said is bullshit. Since people are getting, since the patch, there's a 2 gig patch yesterday on PC. I played post patch, so I don't know what I was getting before that. People are saying that they're getting like a 20 to 30 FPS boost with this patch, just the patch. That means that before it was garbage, and now it is better. So that's obviously them going in the right direction, and hopefully they'll keep going in that direction, and maybe we'll get know what the game looks like as far as frame rates. But yeah, I mean, it's cell shaded. I'm not seeing like ray tracing. It's not like ultra realistic flesh hair models, and I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it looks like a cartoon. So why is the cartoon 28 frames per second? Anyway,
for cinematic value.
Right. Yeah.
But I think it's also like a problem with PC gaming right now, and GPU manufacturers like Nvidia, where they are trying to force you to use frame gen and DLSS and all these other upscaling techniques instead of just having the game optimized.
Well, yeah. I mean, when the 5000 series cards came out, the power needed for the card it seems like maybe we're hitting a point where they can't make the hardware right now to where it is something that you can put in a GPU. You can't put it in a card. Like at some point, is it going to just be like the size of a PC and you just plug it in and you have these two boxes right next to each other? It's like, here's my PC, here's my CPU, here's my GPU. So
just plug them in like subwoofers, just one and one there, one there.
Right. Well, with saying that though, then maybe the developers, Jesus Christ, the fucking developers, slow the fuck down. Like, you're not. If we're getting to the point where the hardware is having to rely on AI to just get decent frame rates, then maybe you guys need to calm the fuck down and just stop trying to push for realism and stop trying to push this engine into something that looks real. We don't want real games. Some people do. I'm sure some people, especially on PlayStation, probably want that ultra realistic stuff. But we don't need it. Just make good games that run good.
Yeah, there's nice graphics, and we all appreciate like nice graphics, but we would rather have a game that just plays well.
Yeah, without having to spend $2,000 on a GPU.
Yeah. Not like, hey, look, I've got this game on my PC. I'm just going to switch this ray tracing on to make it look better. Oh, I'm playing at 10 FPS.
Yeah. Oh, wow, it looks almost, real.
Yeah, if you just stand still, you can appreciate the whole environment.
Right.
That's why I don't like ray tracing.
Look at this screenshot. Like oh, that's not a screenshot. I moved a little bit. I think that it
like the whole ray tracing on console. I'd like.
Oh God,
ray tracing. We didn't need ray tracing on console. It's just
more
sort of bragging words like, oh, look at this 4K HDR ray tracing, this, that, the other. But like, we just want games to perform well. Do that first.
Yeah, I think it's just like, that the phrase comes to mind from Blizzard. It's like you think you want ray tracing, but you don't really want ray tracing. You know what I mean? I mean, like when they show ray tracing in a trailer, everybody's like, oh,
yeah.
And then when you get it, and it's like, well, here it is, 30 FPS. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's not what you showed me. What you showed me looked better than that, and it ran at 60. But here it is, it doesn't look that good, and it runs at 30. So
because what they showed you runs on a NASA level computer.
Exactly. That was not a PS5 that they showed it to you on. That was a 4090. So yeah, I think we're hitting that point where it's just the hardware, the software pushes the hardware. So the GPU manufacturers, AMD and NVIDIA and Intel, want that graphic fidelity so that they can sell cards. So you upgrade your GPU. I mean, that's the whole point of that, right? But if the games are getting ahead of the GPUs, then we've got a bottleneck, and the bottleneck is money and frame rates. And you're getting, for the money, like people out there right now are complaining about their 5090 getting 80 frames per second on Borderlands 4. Like, seriously, it's a 5090. It's not even made for gaming. It's made for like a workstation that you do 3D stuff on. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like this is the point. This is what we're going to, and it's going to hit a wall. And AMD and NVIDIA are going to be like, yeah, for the 6000 series, we have this new AI thing. It's like, well, wait a minute. What? At what point are you actually making better hardware? It just sounds like you're making better software.
Like
or when is it? They're going to add like DLSS 5 is $30. You know what I mean? Like that next driver you're getting, they're just going to charge you for it. I don't know.
Yeah. Even like with the 40 cards, they had No, because I've got like a 40 card as well on my PC.
Yeah, we both do.
They had 50 like 5080s and 5070s and whatever. They're like, oh, look at all these features just for the 50 series. Half of them now go to the 40 series.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, why do you need the new cards then? If they're doing the same thing with
don't.
AI and
You don't. You don't.
No,
they know that some guys out there are just like console guys. They will go, here's the new NVIDIA GPU. And they always start with the biggest one. The one that hits the market first is the Mac Daddy, right? Like the 5090 hit first. It's like, oh, here you go. Because they know people will go in and buy that. And because they are obviously just completely retarded. They go in with their credit card and they spend, $2,600 on a card that's not going to have, they're just going to have minuscule, just a little bit more power than 6 months later, that 4080 Ti, that is a third of the cost. They know people will do that. And if people would just, I don't know, stop doing that dumb shit, then they would stop making these over-bloated, exaggerated GPUs and then having everybody wait for the ones that are actually affordable. So it's just like anything. It's just like Apple does it. They come out with a new phone, you got 80 people waiting in line to spend $2,000 on a new phone that has a slightly better camera. Yeah. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Why have we gotten so stupid with technology?
I think people got used to the whole phone model. I was like, oh, it phoned out every year. But at this point, it's like, oh, it's 2% better than the last one. Like, there's no meaningful upgrade anymore.
Yeah, and back in the 90s, in the early 2000s, when there was a new video card that came out, I mean, this is before GPUs. This is like, it was a video card. It still relied on the CPU to do all the processing. You had a card would come out just about every 6 months. And typically it was because a game would come out every 6 months that really pushed, what you were doing with graphics. Because there was no, like, you just had a couple of, you had like Tim Sweeney, on the Unreal Engine, and you had John Carmack on the Doom engine, and they were both just like pushing the limits of this stuff. So all the card manufacturers, which there was multiple ones, there wasn't just two at the time, they were all racing to get the best quality in it, and it started raising prices in that. And it also was the fact that you couldn't have that card for 5 years. You couldn't do it. If you wanted to play anything current, you had to upgrade your card. And we don't need to get back to that because it's not sustainable. Shortly after that, PC gaming just kind of went to, just plateaued and, kind of went garbage. Think Steam kind of helped that. But
probably why consoles were like on the rise instead.
Yeah.
Like, this console can just play games for it and that's it.
Absolutely.
And, that was the whole point of console.
Yeah, that I did that. I was at a point where it was either Doom 3 was coming out. Here's what you needed to play it. I needed to upgrade my PC, and it was going to be about $700 to upgrade my PC. Ooh. Yeah. Well, now that's nothing, man. That's like CPU. But back then it was like I can't afford that. Then they announced it was going to come out on the Xbox. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. If I just go buy an Xbox that's now $200, I can play Halo. I can play, look at all these games I've been looking forward to. They're all going to Xbox. So I did that. Yeah. And I didn't look back for 20 years. And you buy that one box and you go. Now consoles are kind of getting to be like PCs. We'll pick that conversation up when they start announcing the new consoles. But I just think that I agree with you. Something needs to slow down or break or something, especially in this economy. Because if we're playing Borderlands 4 and it looks like Borderlands 3, but the frame rate difference is in the hundreds, then something is broken. Something is wrong. And me and you both, we bought a PC within a couple of months of each other, and we should be getting 150 frames per second on this easy. It's ridiculous. So Rainy Pitchford needs to just shut the fuck up. Seriously.
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, let's move on to this next one. I'm still hoping David comes in, but if he's at the doctor,
Yeah.
that's
Maybe not.
yeah.
Yeah.
When you get older, you have to go to the doctor, and then they put you on the back burner. So anyway,
You have to wait 4 hours in the hospital. Like,
Yeah.
why you're not seeing me?
One thing that did pop up today that I wanted to mention, since in our household we're big fans of Valheim. Valheim has been announced for PlayStation. This is not something that people can. Yeah, they forget that Valheim, which has been out for years, it's one of the best-selling indie games, is now coming to PlayStation next year. I tend to think that they were waiting for a better deal from Sony, like waiting them out, because sometimes they don't give indie.
Isn't like Valheim still counted as early access though?
Yes, but soon with the next expansion, it will be version 1.
Yeah, because that's what Sony don't do. They don't do a lot of early access games. They're like,
no, I thought they did that now. Don't they do that now? Well, I mean, maybe this will be one of the few that they do this with. But yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, like for example, Grounded 2 as well. We got Grounded on PS5, but not Grounded 2 because it's in early access.
Yeah,
once it comes to full release, they'll release on PS5.
It is still in early access. So yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. I'll shut up. I was just poking fun at Sony for no reason. So that would, but yeah, that's huge. So if you're on PlayStation and you've been going, what is this Valheim that everybody keeps talking about? You're getting it, and it's great, and it's amazing. Go get it. It's probably going to be the same price, about $20. And then go watch my wife on Twitch, Valheim Gal. She builds awesome stuff. So let's put Randy Pitchford on the back burner. Say goodbye for a little bit. Bye, Randy. And I did not watch the Nintendo Direct. I take you did.
I didn't actually, because I completely forgot about it, and
I completely don't care about it. So
the stuff wasn't anything surprising in the end. I thought there would be like a major announcement.
There was a huge surprise. I think you're forgetting about a little thing called Virtua Boy.
Oh yeah, I know. I know that. What I mean is like a lot people thought it'd be like a lot of third-party support for Switch.
Yeah, no.
It was just like Nintendo flexing. It's like, oh, okay, it's just Nintendo. Yeah. But yeah, Virtual Boy is coming to Switch.
What the hell, man? I mean, what the crap? There's 2 versions. This is what's funny.
Yeah,
there's 2 versions. Yeah. Okay, so the Virtual Boy for Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch 1 releases February 17th. So it's going to be next year. And it looks just like the original Virtua Boy.
Virtual Boy.
It looks like it attaches to your Switch, and you stick your head in the thing, and you play 3D games. And if you can't afford that, they have a cardboard version for $24.99. Why not just buy the cardboard version? I mean, you're just looking in the lens. It's you put it over your you put it on your Switch.
I don't know.
You're gonna
practically. I don't know the difference.
Yeah, it looks like it's the same lenses basically in the cardboard version. So,
but yeah, they use that cardboard labo to work, didn't they?
Well, I just want to.
What should we do with this cardboard?
Yeah, for those of you that weren't around when the Virtual Boy first came out, it was terrible. It was now. There's going to be people going, "Oh, this guy. I'm typing it up now." Your memory of the Virtual Boy is different than what it is now. I guarantee you. If you go into a store and go to a GameStop when this thing comes out, I'm sure they'll probably have one on display. Go look at it. It is terrible. It's terrible. There's 2 colors, black, red. That's it. They're just pushing nostalgia hard on this one. And I'm just going to say it is terrible. I don't know. What do you think about it? I mean, did you have a Virtual Boy?
I never saw the Virtual Boy, so I don't know. But from what it looks like, I was like, yeah, that looks pretty terrible. So,
man, yeah.
I mean, that's just Nintendo being Nintendo. They were like trying something new. It's like, oh, it didn't work. Let's try something else.
Yeah. I tried it once at a Target when it was out. They had it on display, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's kind of rough." And a friend of mine bought one, so I went over there and I played. I don't remember what the games were because we both decided that after about 5 minutes, the splitting headache that it bestows on you was not worth it, and he ended up returning it. Because it was like you put this thing in and you play it for a minute and you come out and you're like, are my eyeballs still in my head? Because I can't feel them. They feel like they're on the back. They're hanging out the back of my head. It was not great. Now I'm pretty sure that they're probably, the frame rate and everything is going to be better. this will be a better product.
Better Virtual Boy.
I would hope so, right? But
or they like make it as the same, like for nostalgia. It's like, no, it's as terrible as you remember.
It is $100 your childhood for $100. That's what they're doing. So and it's, oh my god, it's terrible. It's one of those things you just, your memory of it is probably like, oh, I got one of those for Christmas, and when I was 7, it was the greatest thing ever. And then you're gonna buy one and go home and you're gonna put it on and you're gonna be like, what did I do? What have I done with my life?
You'll play it for like 5 minutes and be like, well, that was terrible. That was it. And it'll be in a cupboard somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not fond of. I'm not happy with Nintendo right now. I don't make any, it's not any big secret or anything. I grew up with Nintendo. I used to love Nintendo. I remember being a teenager and telling my dad that I was going to get a Nintendo tattoo. Oh damn, you ain't getting no tattoo. I loved it. I mean, and when Super Nintendo, I still got my Super Nintendo. I still got all the games. I mean, it's like Super Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back. Man, it's just Star Fox. I mean, I have fond memories of those. The Wii, holy shit! I mean, who didn't have a Wii? That Zelda game, I love that game. That was fantastic. And what they did with Wii, it was great. This is not the same Nintendo. This is like greedy monster Nintendo. They even have patents now they're trying to patent the game mechanic of summoning anything and having it fight for you.
Yeah. I'm not happy with that part of Nintendo.
No, and if that passes, that means that apparently any game that has that or any future game that wants that is going to have to pay royalties to Nintendo. So that means when you're playing Skyrim and you summon a wolf or summon anything with one of those scrolls or the magic that you've learned, ding, Nintendo gets money. Nintendo gets money. Nintendo gets money.
Mario will come on the screen. Thank you.
Right. That's like Ford, like patenting the horn.
Yeah.
Like now every manufacturer has to buy and pay money to Ford to have a horn on their car or something. It's ridiculous. And they're doing this just because they don't want people to make Pokemon clones.
Yeah,
God. So that they can keep putting out shitty Pokemon games and charging $80 for them. I hate them. I honestly hate them. As a company, not personally. I mean, like, I don't like if you work for Nintendo, I don't blame you. I just, Nintendo as a company. I have to preface that so someone doesn't get. He hates Japanese people, right? You fascist. I just don't like what they're doing right now. It's just, Speaking of which, how's your Switch 2 doing?
I actually play some Switch 2 because a friend of mine also got a Switch 2.
Oh, cool.
So we like playing Mario Kart with each other, which was fun.
Sweet.
Like there's a lot of like Switch 2 games coming up. Actually, I will give Nintendo credit for that. They've actually like planned this Switch launch. I mean, they've had the benefit of not releasing in the middle of a COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
They do have a lot of games coming out, which I'll give them credit for that. They have Pokemon, they have Metroid.
Well, are these Switch 2 games or are these Switch 2/Switch games?
I think it's a bit of both. Like some will come out on Switch 1, some will just be Switch 2 only, which is fine because you know, like people on Switch One, they're like, we've been waiting for this game for like 8 years, and I still have my Switch. Like for the first year, I understand if some games are cross-platform. 4 years in though.
Yeah. Well, good thing they raised the price on the original Switch.
Yeah. I wish they would actually just add the Wii online. If they added Wii online, make it for Switch 2 only. The Switch 2 purchases would go through the roof more than they already are.
Are you talking about like having compatible compatible Wii games for your Switch 2?
Like the online, which they do. Obviously, you can't just make them compatible, but yeah, the online things they do, like Virtual Boy, Nintendo. NES,
You're talking about
NES.
like the things that the Wii had. That's right, because that was their first like online venture. What were they called? The people, Mii's.
Oh yeah, the Mii's. Bring back the Mii's as well. Why are the Mii's going away? That's what I don't like about Nintendo now is they seem to have lost their whimsy and their silliness a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's
But the
more
Wii was
about
just
like just greed, just blatant, just blazing greed.
Yeah, like buy everything for like $200.
Yeah.
Which obviously they're a business and they want to make money, but with the Wii especially, I remember it being so fun because it was just silly as well. It's like things would happen and you would have your little Mii's, and I think gaming has also moved on from that a little bit, which is a shame. Like Microsoft and Sony did the same thing, and all that's gone now.
Well,
Maybe
I mean,
it's
just the way that gaming is. I mean, there's things that come and go, like the Virtual Boy. But this one's come back from the grave. But it's Nintendo used to be like with the Wii, like the guys that worked on the Wii. I watched an interview with one of them, and they really had to sell it at Nintendo. You know, the motion capture and everything. It's like, they had to prove it to them that this would be great. And I think what they said is they showed him something like, my grandmother likes this game, and it kind of like clicked with them. I was like, wait a minute, maybe gaming doesn't have to be for children and
like teenagers, or whatever.
Right?
It could be for everyone.
Yeah, it could be for people that may not, So they kind of fell into that, and that's why they made, they had to sell it. And then the guy that was ahead of that, he was like, we need to put Wii Sports in the game. I'm like, in the box. And they're like, no. Yeah. We want to sell it for, $50. And they're like, no, you got to put it, you got to have this like Christmas morning, open it up and have a game to play. And that took some time to get them to do that, but yeah, it paid off. But after that, everything that has come past that just seems to be, I don't know, man. I just don't. It just saddens me how greedy they've come over the years. But I mean, I'm not saying enjoy your Switch too. If you love Nintendo and buy their stuff, I'm not. Do whatever you want to do with your money. It's just me personally. I don't like it. So moving on a little bit, I wanted to talk about. I don't think David's getting in. Let me check the.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's. It's already 7:00 for him, but I'm going to talk about. Is there anything you want to talk about that you've been playing, or was Borderlands 4 pretty much?
Borderlands 4 is pretty much it. Although Skate dropped today randomly.
Skate, like the original?
No, new one.
Oh, that's the new one. Oh,
yeah.
That
just dropped, and it's early access and it's free to play.
What? Free to play? Is it on Steam?
Yeah. Yep.
No way. So is this the one that the guys that originally made like Tony Hawk? Or am I thinking of something else? Ooh, mixed reviews.
Yeah, I mean it's an EA game, so tread carefully.
Early access. These don't look good. Yikes. I mean, it's free to play. Chill out.
Yeah. It is early access, so everyone's like, "Where's this? Where's this?" But it's early access, so I don't know how to. I think you should just play and judge for yourself.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah. I mean, I like these. I liked.
I played a little bit.
I liked SSX Tricky. That was my, like, you know, I didn't like the skating games. I liked the snowboarding games. I loved that. I loved all of those. I got a big kick out of those. If they make a new one of those, I may jump into that. But as far as just skate, I'll check it out maybe. But it is on Steam, mixed reviews, but it is free to play, and it just came out. So, you know, this is probably something that they're going to add more stuff to, being in early access. Okay, so I got to play. I'm under embargo as far as like showing you anything, footage, screenshots. I can't do any of that. But I can talk about everything that they've released for Battlefield Battle Royale. Wow, it's almost like I called him. Like, ding. Here he is. So if you guys got any questions for me about the Battlefield Battle Royale, you know, go ahead and shoot them. Otherwise, I'm going to.
What's the size in Battle Royale?
What's the size?
Like player count.
It's 100. Oh, why is my screen all messed up? Why is my screen all messed up? David did it. David messed up my screen.
Sorry.
Sorry. What is it? Should I click on that? Do I want to click on that?
No. I made a mistake.
Okay.
I don't know how to stop it.
Oh, whoops. And he's gone.
There he goes. Okay.
Dang, man.
All right. Are you cameraing or?
I'm trying.
Okay. So while you're doing that, Liam, if you got any questions, if not, I can just talk about it. I could talk about everything that they've released.
What's the actual like map? Is it like a different map or Battlefield entirely?
Well, it looks like, yeah, definitely. It's not a Battlefield map. It is giant. It's huge. And there he is.
Hey. It's huge.
It's huge. The map is huge map. I like the huge maps. So yeah, the map is ginormous. You drop in with, you know, with 3 other people. It is classed, so you do pick a class like you do in Battlefield. And they did release that the wall, like the firewall that comes in. This is the best part.
Yeah, kills you instantly, doesn't it?
Instantly. And it is visually terrifying. Like if you were just to stand here and it comes in, and there's a bunch of leaked footage of this, but everything starts to turn red, and you start to see, like, you know, embers like floating in, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like when you're watching the news and they're showing like a forest fire, it's like it starts to look like that.
So as the map, you have to start moving in closer. It's like the ring of the circle is closing in. That's what it is. It's like a wall of fire.
Like if you're playing Warzone or Apex Legends, you know how Apex Legends is like, oh God, we're in the wall. We need to
survive a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're not doing this. It is like, hey, we need to complete. Oh shit! And then you just gotta, you know, find a vehicle and just take off, because you're not playing around with that. And I saw one guy. I was running. And I looked behind me, and this guy stopped to res his buddy, and I'm like, oh shit, you shouldn't have done that. And they just like, they're dead, they're just gone. And I'm like, I just kept running.
Is it like a scene from a disaster movie?
It is, and it's like I said, you see it, it's like this big wall of fire, and it's when it gets closer, like I said, everything starts to turn orange. And the embers come in, like and then you hear it. It really sounds like what it is. And the guys that I was playing with, we were kind of just goofing around. And one guy said that he's like, "Why is it turning orange?" And I looked outside, and the other guy just started running. He's just like, and he just like runs, and we're like, "Oh, is that the wall?" And we look outside, and we have gotten to a spot where it was like kind of curved. And we only had one direction to go in, and we were luckily we found a car. But as far as the game itself, the movement, everything just feels right. It just feels good. The sound quality is good. Like when you're running, you can hear all the little things jangling on your armor. You can hear other players as well. It's not just footsteps. You can kind of hear the weight of them, and they sound like a soldier running, not just pitter patter. The sound is not finished. They said that, but it's already just pretty incredible. So other than that, I don't think I can really say much more. If you can go anywhere right now and just see footage that somebody has
when is it
stolen.
Is it coming out with the game or
No,
later?
No. This was definitely an alpha, and they haven't got a release date on it yet. It's not ready. You can tell. I mean, it's working and everything.
Yeah.
I ran into a couple of issues where my input just stopped working. It didn't freeze. I mean, the game was still running and people were still running around me, but I couldn't move the mouse. I couldn't use the keyboard. I could hit tab, and something would come up and go, "Hey, you're pushing tab," and that it didn't do. I had to quit and come back in it. Right. But I had fun with it. I played with some other guys. There was some. I played with a couple of guys from Venezuela. No, one was from Venezuela. One was from Brazil. And they got downed, and I was already killed. And eventually, you can come back. So I came back and I jumped out of the plane, and I was coming down right on top of this guy on the building. I'm like, "Hey, he's on the top of the building," and they were like, "Well, shoot him." I said, "Well, if I shoot him, it's going to alert everybody. I'm going to parachute." So I cut the parachute and I dropped down right on him and stabbed him. And I'm like, "Yeah, I was like, I dropped on him, I stabbed him, he's down, yeah." And other guys were like, "Yeah." And we're all like, "Yeah." And then like the three other teammates came around the corner and were just like, "Look at this idiot," and just shot me dead.
No.
And I was like, "Oh, maybe I should have been paying attention." And we all laughed and died and had to start over. But yeah.
So is it like battle royale then, or like?
Yeah, it's a BR. It's battle royale.
And I know it's battle royale, but what I mean is like, as you said, like you just respawned. So is there like different modes in it?
No, for a period of time you can come back if you're killed early, and like this guy right here. And then also during the match, up to a certain point, you can get to like a relay station and call in your buddies. So like if you've got two people down and it's past that you were just a dumbass time, you know what I mean? Like I dropped in like, "Hey, I'm going to drop where these 8 people are," it's just being stupid. You get to jump back in so that you can bring them back in. But then after a little bit, you can't, it'll tell you can't bring anybody back. You're done.
Yeah, so it's like Warzone Resurgence basically.
Yeah.
That's
the map was varied. It was good, but there's destruction. So we were in a building, and all of us, we had very little ammo, and there was this guy next door just pegging us. Every time we walked out, he was like, "Pop." It's like, "God, man, this guy's just, what kind of gun does he have?" And the one of the guys that was with us, he's like, "Oh, I got it. I got a, like a, what do you call it? A strike, an airstrike." I'm like, "Well, use it." And and he went over to the window and he said, "Oh shit, I dropped it." I'm like, "What, here?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, he's next door. Let's just go over to the other building." And by the time we said that, this thing hit and took out his building, killed him, took out half of ours, and we were all just like, "Ah!" Because we didn't know what it was going to do. We didn't know if it's just like one little missile or if it was going to take out the block or whatever. But he was like, "Oh, I dropped it." Like, "You mean like set it off, dropped it?" Like, "Yeah." So, but it was fun. I'm kind of over the BR thing. And I don't think this is trying to be Warzone, but I think it's trying to be a competitor to Warzone. If that makes sense. It's not trying to it's not emulating what Warzone does. It's trying to take it and do it better. So it is competing with Warzone, but in the best possible way.
Like the difference with a lot of BRs now, because I'm pretty sure it's just Fortnite and Warzone. Even Warzone.
Apex Legends.
Play Warzone. and Apex as well. But like the whole BR, that whole bubble popped a while ago. But with Battlefield, I think they've done like different enough to be like, hey, why not have another one? Because if the so-called just comes in and kills you, that's a major difference as well to a lot.
It is. It makes you. You're more scared of that wall than you are like your enemies, obviously, because if you run into somebody, you have a chance of outgunning them. You're not going to outrun or outgun that wall. I mean, it's just going to take you out.
And that's usually me in Battle Royales. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm looting.
It's like, Liam, let's go. Yeah, I'm always the one too that's like, here comes the wall, and everybody's like, well, so whatever. Like, here comes the wall, and then we're in the wall, and I'm like, and then everybody's like surprised, and I'm like, I just said what did I just say? So this time it's going to be, if you see me running, that means the wall is coming. And you only had the one chance, and I'm not saying a damn thing. So, but they did say, I believe this is going to be free to play. My guess, it's probably going to come out next spring. It's not going to come out with the game. They want to focus on getting Battlefield out and getting it, patched and everything. They also said that they're trying their best to keep, they're not going to be able to be 100% cheater free, but they're going to try their best at just getting, because it's more about getting the cheaters out than keeping them coming in, and that's something that's, I think, probably going to benefit them more. Whereas other games just try to keep them out. They just keep getting smarter and smarter and smarter. This is like, oh, you're cheating, you're out of here. So we'll see what happens with that.
Which also I just realised, because we're in the middle of September already, I don't know where the time went. That means Battlefield 6 is actually just like over 3 weeks out. Like three weeks. Like what? Huh?
I know.
It's crazy.
I have the day off. So let's hope the servers don't have the day off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love right. I love taking that day off, and it's like servers. Like, when do the servers come back on? Midnight.
That's the only worry I have, because it's EA and servers. I'm like,
well,
they haven't had the best track record.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
But they also need this to work.
They do.
And the developers have done a lot of good work.
They need a win with this, and I hope they get it. But David, thanks for joining us. We talked about we both got Borderlands 4, so we talked about that. And the dumb shit Randy Pitchford says, and we talked about the Virtua Boy, but let's catch up with you. And you weren't here last week either, so what have you been playing?
And been messing with that No Man's Sky update.
Yeah.
It's been great. I love it. It's so cool. Yeah, I started the expedition. I haven't finished it, but I'm on like the third wave. There's usually 5, 6 waves. And I played a couple games with you.
Yeah.
And I've been jumping between that and 7 Days to Die. Just because the wife been wanting to play it, and we recently got somebody on it that really into it. So we've been playing that, and just having a good time with it. I probably play No Man's Sky like for a full day, and then when I jump to 7 Days to Die, I'm playing 7 Days to Die for like a full day. I'm never really like playing either game, the same day.
Yeah.
But no, it's been really cool, and a lot of people have been hitting me up. I have another friend that plays No Man's Sky, and they're like, I'm totally addicted to No Man's Sky all over again.
I know. I mean, I get it now. I get it. Like, I didn't think there was anything to do in this game. Now I have so much to do, I don't know what to do first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, how long has it been out, and like they've been updating?
2016.
Yeah, like it's been out for a long time, and they've been basically doing updates.
We have found that playing with the new update, co-op is rather buggy, but playing by yourself, like when you joined me, my ship got caught in, like I was landing, and I said, "Oh, David's here," and it got caught like in the landing pad, going da 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 da. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this was working perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And then I had to quit and then come back in, and it was still doing
David.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I later realized that not with you not being in the game, you can't land that ship there. Like it doesn't. It just you just go right through the pad. But this time it just didn't. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying that as well. I'm doing that. That's my like long game. Like I'll sit and play that for a long time. And then I may not play it for a couple of days, but then when I do, I'm just like, wow, look, I want to go over here. You've built a ship though, right? Have you built your own ship?
Yeah, and in the expedition, you kind of start over again in the expeditions. So I have another ship on the expedition that's not like my primary ship.
Oh, okay.
But I am a part of different Facebook groups for No Man's Sky, and I have seen some of the coolest designs for ships. People are creating some of the most craziest things.
I've been going to the space station. Do you do this? Like just when you're at the space station, just see what ships come in and out?
Yeah. Yep.
Man, that's like one of my favorite things to do. God,
yeah.
It makes mine look
There's so
like
many
garbage.
cool ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so many cool ones, but yeah, I'll probably jump on it this weekend, So, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I haven't really. I haven't played Dune. There are days when I think about it and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to jump on that game, but it's not really the urge like it was before.
They had
I think they're coming out with some DLC.
Yeah, they had a free play weekend last weekend, I think.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then it's on sale right now for like $34, I think, on Steam. So that's
they got to get that player base back up.
Yeah. So hopefully that's sustainable.
Yeah.
But let me get my notes here. Yeah. So the only other thing I wanted to talk about, and this is totally optional. David, you're kind of coming in late on this, but
no problem.
We don't usually talk about politics on here, but only when it bleeds into gaming, right?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it's worth at least discussing.
I think I know where you're going.
Yeah. So you may have heard the conservative advocate Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at a Utah college during doing what he does. Apparently, he debates political issues with students and gives his side of whatever. His wife and 2 daughters were there and saw it happen. He was shot with a rifle. It was assassination. So naturally, there were game developers rejoicing in this because apparently he did not have the same opinions that they do. One from Sucker Punch was fired, but said it was worth it to lose their dream job. Devs from Insomniac and Bungie and several others also celebrated the death of someone who was nonviolent, non-radical, and just voiced his ideas and debated students or anyone on the left with current statistics. So my question is simply, how does this affect you guys? Does this change the way you think about a studio, a publisher, or maybe just that individual? And we've talked about this before with the art director of Obsidian and his racist comments before Avowed came out, but I think this is much deeper and much more serious. I personally had to look up Charlie Kirk. I knew him, I knew of him, but I didn't really know, what he did, what his thing was. But I don't think it really matters. What do you guys think about this?
Well, I mean, personally, when I'm like playing games, I want to like detach myself from the world. So, like what people say and what they do outside of gaming, I don't care about that. I don't want to know what happens politically. I don't want to know what happens with other things. I want to be here and play my game. If it's good, great. If it's not, I'll play something else. So I don't want to get like that involved in people's personal views, political views. Just give me a good game because the world's crap out there. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
David, what about you? If you want to answer, you don't have to answer.
No, I don't know if you heard any of the other stuff about the engravings on the bullet casings.
Yes, I did. Yeah,
which is Helldiver related.
Yeah.
So
Is it?
So
Okay,
that
good.
yeah, it had said I believe it said "Hey fascist catch," which I think is a line from the game, and then it also had the up down arrows on the casing, which indicate airstrikes
Right.
in Helldivers, which is
Right.
what you do in Helldivers, you to do an airstrike. I don't, and of course, you're gonna have people in the political sphere um, saying that video games are influencing this sort of behavior
So yeah,
and
so
violence.
that's
Yeah.
why everyone was going video games causes.
Well,
I didn't actually know about
they want to blame
they'll say
something
that
like something
anyway,
else.
but yeah, I didn't know about the case.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
yeah. The casings had a bunch of stuff on it. I think I don't know. Is my speakers going off because I hear myself going off?
You might have a little bit
Maybe
of
one
an
of you guys
echo.
have me on there. Yeah.
Uh,
What's it called? I was just gonna say that I think what video games sort of create is a social sphere. I don't think the video game itself influenced him. Maybe the people around him that played the games with him may have some sort of influence on his behavior, on what he thought, on his motives. We still don't know the motives just of yet. So when people are making comments about the games and it's these games that are creating it, it's not the games themselves. Okay,
it's the developers.
it's yeah.
Okay.
Well, you
Sorry.
know what? There's also a lot of there's also a lot of there's also a lot of like talk that a lot of the Discord groups that he was in.
Yeah, I think he admitted
you
to
know.
it in his Discord group, and that's how they
Right, so
and his
he
family
had- he
turned
had-
him in. Yeah,
Right, and it's kind of funny because I really only use Discord for this. I
Mm-hmm.
use Discord for this. I use it to talk to people in video games. But I'm not on any forums on Discord. I
Oh,
don't
God,
really
no.
use Discord yeah, but there are those things, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And there are these places where people go on Discord, and it's like, back in the day, AOL chat, you
Yeah.
should just go in these chat rooms and you should talk. That's what Discord, functionality has. So, it's very much creating a social sphere. That is sort of like, I think, the driving factor for creating this kind of behavior. It's not necessarily the games.
Yeah, no, I think anybody with a rational mind would think that, especially since it's not like video games are exclusive to America. Obviously, in other countries we don't see mass shootings. Some because they don't have guns for one, but the violence. I don't really know where the violence comes from. I don't know why people do what he did. The only thing I can think of is that why does anyone do that? They either see a problem, they want to eliminate it, or they want to be known as the person that did that. And video games, what does that do? There's one person that said, well, he learned how, he was playing this game where you were a sniper, and by doing that, he was able to desensitize himself enough to actually do that in real. And no, if somebody is doing that, then it's not the video game. They need like psychological help. That's this is not that.
I will say there is a part of desensitizing to it. I'm not saying that.
Have you ever seen somebody shot in front of you, like in real life? I can guarantee you that it is not like a video game. No.
What I mean is, like, I'm not going to play Call of Duty and then shoot somebody, because that's very different.
Well, no, what they're saying is that it was because he was able to do that in the video game.
That's what they're saying.
He was desensitized to having any kind of empathy for shooting somebody in real life. When in actuality, the empathy came from the lack of empathy comes from him having some kind of emotional problem. And this is just the media deflecting the fact that. There are two sides in our country, and they're obviously one side is fighting the other, and now it's gotten.
But just like to the point of
real.
desensitizing, that is a factor. It's not going to be like in any game or any media, any entertainment. If you're a person that just plays violent video games, watches all the violent films, watches all the horror films, watches like films for gore, like constantly to like an unhealthy level, and that's all you watch, that's all you do, there will be a factor of desensitizing. But that's not how we just consume media. But some people just have that.
Well, yeah, I don't think that's healthy to do that. But I don't think that's what's going on with this guy.
No, probably not. But like some people do that. It's like people who get desensitized to porn. They watch it so much that they don't even know how to speak to people anymore. They just see them as objects, because that's the mindset. You just watch. That's all you ever do.
So,
very extreme examples, but that can happen. I don't know it's going to be here. But.
To kind of turn this back around to my original take on this is that it's the developer, the creative director from Ghost of Yotei, that was from Sucker Punch, went on X, and she got fired for saying what she said, but she also said that it was worth it to lose her dream job.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
No, it doesn't, and I feel really bad about this person.
What did she say? Like, just celebrate it?
Yeah, they were just celebrating the fact that she said something smart ass about I don't know what it was specifically, but it was basically like yay. There's a lot of people. Yeah. There's a lot of Hollywood people. There's a lot of writers. Stephen King said some really heinous shit that he had to apologize for because it wasn't true. and one of the publishers dropped his books, or a retail outlet dropped all of his books because of it. These things have repercussions. But as far as the one in Sucker Punch, I'm just using that as an example. This person said that it was worth it. I can guarantee you that probably already that person has woken up the next morning or a day or two and really thought about what they did. They said something on social media that cost them their dream job. You can't tell me that person doesn't feel like shit about that. If they didn't feel shit about what they said and had no empathy for somebody that was shot and killed in front of their family, it doesn't matter who that was. I'm not, an advocate for either side. I don't care who it was. If it was somebody that disagreed with me, I think a lot of these developers just make games, please. Just stop. I'm tired of hearing what your political views are. I don't give a shit. Just like you said, Liam, that was your first reaction. I don't care. These are video games. These should be an escape. You should be relishing in making something that lets people escape from this bullshit that you're spouting on social media. And
I think the last couple of years have really really isolated us as in terms of like
it's very yes.
when it comes to online, because everybody posts everything online now. There's no there's no privacy. There's no, because we were chronically online for like 4 years, so now everyone is, and they just think it's okay to post anything, and they think there'll be like no repercussions from it.
It's right. You can in our country, Liam, we can't speak for yours because you can't say anything. You'll get arrested. If stay off Facebook.
Straight to jail.
Right. Stay off Facebook. You'll be all right. But in our country, you can we have freedom of speech. If it doesn't incite a riot or is not slander, then you can say whatever you want, and that's cool. She had every right to say what she wanted. I don't disagree with that. There has to be two sides. This guy Charlie Kirk had everything. He had every right to say what his opinions. So did she. But your employer also has the right to fire your ass if they don't agree with what you're saying, and what you're saying is very hateful and lack of any empathy for someone that was killed. So there's a lot of teachers, there's a lot of people, but I wanted to focus on game developers and how that affects us. I see a lot of people. There's people on the Sony side, and I believe this, the PS5 people. A lot of them are like, I'm canceling my Ghost of Yotei pre-order. I'm canceling it. It's already at the lowest pre-order set for any PlayStation game, PS5 game. It's at the lowest, and now it is probably going to drop more. Some of these guys are like, that's just hateful. It doesn't matter who they're talking about. It's just like, it really shows what kind of person you are when you say things like that. This guy was not Hitler. He wasn't Osama bin Laden. He didn't hurt anybody, and people that and a couple of people I've seen that I used to respect in the gaming development world have spouted off really dumb shit and hateful stuff, and now it just saddens me. I'm just sad about it. Does it affect me from, like, if I really wanted to play a game that they work for? I don't think that it's. I think that's individual. I think that if you want to boycott that, great. If you want to buy the game, great. Knowing that if it's a studio of 200, 300 people, you can guarantee that not 200, 300 people think the same way this person does. There are other people in that building that think differently. They don't voice it. They keep their head down and don't say anything, because if they did, they would probably be fired immediately, or they would give the shittiest job. And if they said that they actually like this dude, Charlie Kirk or whatever.
Like, everyone has an extreme view of some kind.
Right.
To someone else.
That's
like,
what I'm
we all think
so sick of. I'm so sick of it. It's just grow the fuck up, people. Seriously, you can have a conversation. We three don't talk about our political views because we don't. I'm only speaking for me, but we probably don't care. It's not important to us. It doesn't make you who you are. It's a part of you, but it's not your title. We enjoy games, and it used to be gamers used to bond together when we needed to, like when they raised prices. It used to be like, wait a minute, or
we're not political. Wait a minute, you charging what now?
Exactly. we used to all be in the same boat, with that, and now it's just everything is divisive and everything is an argument. And I'm just tired of it. If somebody like David, if I asked you something about a political and you said, I don't agree with you, adult, you would go, okay, what have you been playing this week? That's how you talk about politics. You don't just incite arguments and all of a sudden hate a person because they like somebody you don't agree with. And I know this is not going to get out to like anybody, but just as far as like developers and game, just please grow the fuck up. Be an adult about stuff. Stop making political statements about every fucking thing. You look like just a shitty person. And this
is why I don't touch social media for like with a 3-foot pole at this point.
It is. It's social media.
Because it is like it's so toxic, just so toxic. And politically as well, this is what happens in the world, and why I don't even bother with politics, because they do that purposely to divide people. There's one side here and one side there. Everyone's at each other's necks.
That's a byproduct. Yeah, it's a byproduct of just, if you click on something on YouTube, you just go do it now. Go click on something Charlie Kirk. Close it, reopen it. You'll get 30 videos of Charlie Kirk. Yeah. I mean, it's just feeds into that. So if you whatever your like viewpoint is, you just get that information. You don't get the other information.
Algorithm.
Exactly. So many people are on social media arguing about things, just like Stephen King saying he said something. I don't remember what he said, but it was like they striked him. They said no, there's no record of him ever saying that, and he had to apologize. He didn't mean his apology. He just had to, because his publicist probably called him and said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Just stop being children.
Yeah, there's also a danger now where we didn't have before on the internet as much, with the rise of AI. So any AI video could happen, any AI news article could happen, saying things that didn't happen.
Oh yeah, most of the
And
people that these people argue about are not even factual.
Yeah, and these idiots that go on Facebook and Twitter and share it like, oh my god, look at what he said, when none of it's real.
Yeah.
So if you're going to argue about something, if you have an argument about anything, be civil first and know your facts.
Yeah.
Like prove your don't just be like, oh, he said this. Keyboard.
I've gotten I've talked to people before, and I don't want to say argument, more of like a debate, and they've brought up something. I was like, felt so strongly about something, and they would bring up this one thing. It's like, what about this? And I'd be like, I never thought of that. Maybe I should reconsider this, and I have to think about that. Not just blatantly arguing for that. I don't know where that comes from. I come from a different generation where you don't go to Thanksgiving dinner and start talking about politics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and they do. Families do.
They do, but then there's usually, my family usually is like somebody's like, shut up. Who gives a shit?
I don't know. I don't know about people in America, how they just go about like day-to-day life, but being British, we're very reserved. We're not going to say anything. Like I grew up
proper,
in that, in that generation.
You guys are polite.
Yeah, we are not.
Polite.
We go the different route, especially if you're watching football on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It's different now, and obviously if you watch football here, it's very different.
Yeah.
But like when we're in our homes, we're very polite, and if we're outside, oh sorry mate, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. That's a better way to be honest. I mean, you just have to, these developers will learn, I guess, when they start when this game doesn't sell as many as projected because of that. Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying you should be able to say whatever you want to say, but when you say things that are super hateful and just inappropriate, stuff happens. Were either one of you going to play Ghost of Yotei?
Well, no, because I don't have a PlayStation to play.
Well, I mean, it's going to come out on PC eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah. If it comes out on PC, maybe. Whenever that.
I wanted to play the first one.
The first one's really good. The first one is really good. The second one just doesn't look as good to me.
The developers' comments don't really affect my buy. Whether or not I'm going to buy something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, oh, they said this, and so now I'm not going to buy it. There was actually something very. It was like it's supposed to be a joke on SNL, and it was something that Pete Davidson had said, and it always kind of stuck with me.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how people are like not buying. Who's the guy? What's the guy's name? The guy that sings "I Believe I Could Fly." That guy.
Oh.
R. Kelly. That's
yeah.
People weren't buying his albums, and people were also saying that they were going to get rid of his albums when they found out what he was doing and how bad he was. And Pete Davidson, had said, what happens when you find out the guy that invented hair gel is like caught jerking off in front of like
exactly
women on the train?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, are you going to stop using hair gel? Like, what if you find out the person that invented deodorant is like
exactly
a jerk? Like, you're going to stop using deodorant? Like, you know what I mean? It's like these things are out in the world and they exist for everybody to use and enjoy whatever they are. And they're not indicative of like anything the person like believes on the side. If the person like has a pickle fetish or something like that, and he's in his room with pickles, like you could still listen to the guy's music. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who cares about this other thing?
Yeah.
That you know what I mean? Like you can enjoy whatever exists in the world and simultaneously condemn and hate that person for something they might have said or something they might have did. So. And I have my own personal beliefs on the whole Charlie Kirk thing. And at the end of the day, I just spent a lot of, I spent more time trying to avoid it than I spent like trying to get involved in it because I saw so many people posting about it and posting. And I definitely gravitated to a lot of the gaming related stuff.
Right.
Because I was like, oh, here we go. Now there's going to be all this gaming crap about it. But it's just so then you have people that I haven't spoken to in a while that I really like, saying opinions about things that I don't agree with, and I'm like, I don't really want to hear this about you. I'm perfectly okay with
Right.
perfectly okay with like getting a happy birthday message from you like once a year and calling
Yeah.
it that's it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just I think we're living in a very transitional time where communication has really moved away from a face-to-face,
Absolutely.
and we are fully internet driven. And I mean, I'm not saying nobody talks face-to-face, but this social dynamic of seeing facial expressions and getting that face-to-face thing has really sort of gone away. And
Yeah, definitely.
We live off of a language of memes. Like we literally live off a language of
we do.
memes. I'm using Riz now. I'm using like
you're Rizzler. Oh.
I'm rizzing my wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's become, so, and then you get, like we said, you get Helldivers references on bullet casings, and like investigators looking at the bullet cases, not knowing what this refers to.
Yeah, I saw
There's no
somebody talk
context.
about that, and they were completely wrong about each one of them. Like,
right, like the way he's reading it, off of the, I guess the incident report, and
Right.
he's reading it, and the way he's saying it, and it's like, I'm hearing this, and I'm like, that's not how you say that word. That's
did you see the post from Geraldo Rivera?
No.
Okay. He says, I'm not sure who Tyler Robinson. Oh, is this the guy that shot him, Tyler Robinson? Okay.
Yeah,
whether
I guess so,
Tyler
yeah.
Robinson faces a firing squad in Utah for the murder of Charlie Kirk, my guess is the accused killer will probably have been motivated more by Halo and similar fantasy role play than by substantive political discord. The game features grunts versus elites. He says, I'm guessing no one wants to be grunts. He doesn't have a fucking clue what he's talking about. Like really? Like, are you? And of course, I had to comment on that. Like, sit down, Grandpa. Like, you don't know. Like, stop commenting on stuff and making something from nothing. Halo has nothing to do with anything. And the fact that he says that about grunts and elites, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. It's ridiculous. And this is the media.
What's fucked up? What's fucked up is there's a lot of people making fucking decisions at the top
Based on
about
shit like
shit like
that.
that.
Right, exactly.
that have no
Yeah.
fucking context whatsoever.
Well,
Don't live in that world.
luckily, we're at a point now where somebody's going to go, we need to ban these video games. And then somebody's going to come over to him and go, oh, it makes like $68 billion every 6 months.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're going to look into this. Right. I mean, it's going to be like, Activision is paying for your third house, fucker. So you might want to shut up right now. It's like, we'll look at this at a later date. Yeah. So,
yeah.
this will pass, this everything. But yeah,
it'll pass.
what you said about, what
Hair
about
gel.
like hair gel and stuff? Yeah, I thought about that too. About if you want to, and I had a discussion with a friend of mine a while back about movies, and it was when Harvey Weinstein was like getting arrested, and it's like some people are like, "Well, I'll never watch a movie that he produced." And I'm like, "Well, let's back up a second. Like, so if you do that with every despicable producer, then you're going to end up watching nothing."
Nothing.
Video games are the same way. If you start boycotting, hey, let's boycott Sucker Punch. Okay, let's boycott Insomnia. Let's boycott Bungie. Let's boycott. Like, at the end of the day, you're not gonna have any games to play. And people that have like left the gaming industry have said, that it is a culture there. The part of that culture is like, if you don't believe in that ideology, you better keep your head down, keep your mouth shut. Somebody tries to goat you into a conversation about it, you just walk away, or you just, misdirect them. because if you don't agree with them, then you're going to be ostracized or worse, fired, which, if you think about it, is the exact definition of fascism. If you don't agree with us, you got to go. That's what that is. So for them to even be talking about it, just lets you know that neither one of these sides knows what the fuck they're talking about, and they're the same people. They're just arguing the same things, and they don't even know it. And so it's just, I'm with Liam. I try to not watch the news anymore. It's not factual anyway, and it's just there to make everybody mad. So maybe take a break from social media.
Just like last thing, if you go on social media and you want to post something, this is also the problem that we have in today's world. People can post stuff, and that's just the click of a button. You just be like, oh, text, click, send, and everything's out there. Now, do the same thing and say that to somebody's face. Will you do it?
No, none of these people will.
I mean, that exists now. You know what I mean? That exists now.
Would they say that to their boss directly to their face? No, they would not.
No.
Would they say it to anyone else? No.
Right.
I mean, well,
you can be angry. You could be riled up about something. I'm gonna text something. You might regret it. You might not. But it's so easy. Just be go online and be like, oh, I don't like that. Send. And that's out there. Once you sent it, it's out there, and it's out there forever. You can't take it back.
But that's only half the problem. A lot of the problem is that the stuff that they're saying, they don't even believe it. They just want to say something. They just want to be in the discourse so that they get likes, so they get people liking what they say.
Yeah.
And that's all they want. And they don't care what it even means.
Yeah.
Have you seen the lady they interviewed? This guy was interviewing this lady on the street, and it was this black woman, and she said that she didn't like Elon Musk and wishes he would go back to where he came from. And the guy said, "You mean South Africa?" She said, "Oh, never mind," and just walked off. Not know, you got to know your facts. You got to know what you're talking about, and a lot of these people don't. And it's not this side or that side. They're both getting misinformation, and they're both arguing over it, and it's starting to affect everything: our movies, our TV shows, our video games. And I just wanted to vent a little bit. I wanted to see what you guys felt about it. I'm tired of it. I wish they would just stop. I wish they would grow up and just make games, make TV shows, make movies for people, not for themselves, for people.
Honestly, ban Twitter and Facebook and Reddit for a year. Imagine we had none of it a year, and watch the world improve, because just social media going back and forth is people need to heal
or drift into chaos.
It's a completely breakdown. People would probably just I don't know what to do with my hands. It's
touch grass. That's what you do with your hands.
But you're absolutely right. We need to move forward with that. All right. Well, saying that, we've got a almost a 2-hour show here. So join us next week. Hopefully we will have something brighter to talk about.
I don't know about the announcements.
When's the Tokyo Game Show?
Next Thursday or Friday. So it'll be after our recording.
Okay, we'll do a show before then. Okay. We'll talk about rumors or whatnot. David, thanks for jumping in.
We could just go. We could just go to Tokyo, and we could.
I would love to.
Let's just head over to Tokyo. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list. Even though everybody online from Tokyo is saying, "Please don't come here. Don't come here. You're American. Please don't come here." Okay. Yeah. But I've seen Akira 18 times. So, but we'll be back next week, and thanks for dropping in. And if you like this stuff, please give us a sub and give us a like. And if you're on audio, just follow us, and we'll do more stuff. Bye.
Yep.